All right, guys, we are back. We had a bit of downtime with this snow, but it's finally clear enough. I can get out and do some forestry mulching. So we're going to be forestry mulching with the excavator today, and I'll walk around and show you what we're working on. This is a farm of one of my buddies. He actually lives right down the road from me. This place is really cool. So this is a family farm. My buddy now owns it, but his great-grandpa originally bought this, and he built all of the barns and all that stuff out here. So this is it's just really cool. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cleaning up all around this barn, and I may do that with the skid steer. Primarily what I'm going to work on with the excavator is these ditch lines here, or creek. It's like a wet weather creek here. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to forestry mulch all these trees and saplings, get all this looking really nice through here. And then we're going to head over here to this side. We'll go on a little walk because I need to look at this anyway to make sure there's no wire or anything in there. Man, I'm so glad to be back at it. That downtime was nice, but I am a busybody and I just like getting stuff done. And I got the windows tinted on the excavator, as you see, and the skid steer, and the dump truck, and the 450. So I'm going to be good to go this summer. But this year, all of these saplings, stuff like that, all this is coming out both sides of this creek here. Let's get up here so we can kind of see what we're doing. Yeah, I don't see nothing. I walked this once before and didn't see anything, but it's good to refresh your memory while I walk through sticker bushes. And this is my first time forestry mulching with that excavator. I did play around with it a little bit at my house, so bear with me, guys. It may be a bit of a learning curve, me running that, but I'll catch on pretty quick. There's a big old tree that fell over there. But that excavator is perfect for this because he wanted all those trees and stuff out of there, and I can sit up on the bank and get to all that stuff. Let's walk down yonder. But guys, if you're new here, my name is Ron. I'm retired military. I'm in my 5th year of business, and guys, I did this as a side hustle for 4 years. I've basically been working full time for about a year now, and guys, that's my whole point in this channel, is to motivate you guys to chase your dream. Because right now, guys, I am literally living in my dream. This is something I always wanted to do, and it took time, patience, and consistency to make this happen. Here we are now, living the dream. I want you guys to see that I am just an average dude out here doing this, and if I can do it, you can do it. So follow along, guys. I'm gonna give some tips of business and things like that as we work. Little bits of information here and there. I'm gonna be running machines. I'll bring you guys on job bids with me. A little bit of everything. And we got, what is that? That is, what do you think that is? Is that a freaking armadillo hole or groundhog? Something's living in there. I'm gonna be messing up his home here shortly. Getting rid of all of his cover. All this stuff, guys, it's all coming out. I may get the forestry mulcher on that. I don't know. We'll find out. Like I said, I haven't ran that forestry mulcher much on this big stuff, so we're gonna find out, see how she does. But I've got several projects out here, guys. This video, I'm just gonna show me forestry mulching this creek bed here. But in addition to this, out here on this farm, I'm gonna be grading the driveway, and then way up there, where are we at? Over there in the woods, there's a pond, and pretty good sized pond. It's really nice. Yeah, oh man. And it's got some erosion around it, so I'm gonna be up there working on that too. What I'm getting at is I'm gonna have the skid steer over here. So if I can't get some of these trees, like if they're just too much for the excavator, I'll bring the tree puller for the skid steer over, or I can just pull them with the excavator. I'm just thinking that excavator, it only has about 24 gallons per minute of hydraulic flow, so it's probably not going to be the best for getting in those big trees. That's what I'm getting at. But let's get over there and get started. So if you ever wondered, forestry mulching, yes, it does leave stumps behind. Obviously, thought you guys might want to see that. So far, so good. Let's keep it going. guys, I had an audio issue here and lost it, but what I was saying was I broke a tooth right here, and I can't remember what I was saying. I think I was saying, oh, it's nicked up there, check that out. Sorry, I had to do a voiceover here, not ideal. Then I was rotating the drum, seeing if there's any other damage, but I didn't see anything as I rotate the drum here. So one bad tooth, and if I remember right, I was saying this is very inefficient because you've seen I was trying to forestry mulch this flat area. So it's very inefficient. I said, I'm gonna drop this idea. I'm gonna go home, get the skid steer because it's right up the road that way. And we'll come back, knock all this out, go up that way, get this bank here, and then come back the other side. But guys, man, this is a rough video. I started this video out, I had a lot more footage than this and lost a bunch of it because I had the camera set up in the cab in a way where you couldn't even see the mulcher, and it was a pain in the butt, and I was struggling even watching it. So I cut all that out, and guys, thanks for sticking with me while I gain experience filming this stuff and quit making these silly little mistakes. I am back, and I got the big boy. Let's go get some stuff done. All right, let's get to it. Watch the difference here. This is the get stuff done mulcher. Watch this. It's ridiculous. So much faster. That excavator has its place, and we will use it here in a minute. Watch this. We're gonna disappear this tree. Boom. She gone. Love it. And this thing, like I said earlier, I'm running carbide teeth on this. Imagine if I was running knives. Holy moly, this would be sick. Basically, if you don't know, a carbide, it's kind of like, they call them hammers, because when we get out I'll show you, but it's like a piece of metal with a carbide tip on it, and they're not sharp like a knife. I'll show you when we get out. I bet you I get all this done in less than an hour. Everything I can get to with this skid steer anyway. So I had a 333P and I got rid of that. Now I'm sitting in this one. This is a 335 and I've mulched with both. And there is a difference. So I don't know the exact specs, but I know this one has more pressure, and I'll look all that stuff up sometime. Guys, I got so much stuff bouncing around in my head. It's hard to remember everything. But basically the difference between a 333 and a 335 is there's a little bit of a horsepower difference. The hydraulic flow is the same, I believe, but there's more pressure, and More pressure means the recovery time is going to be faster. Like right there where it slowed down a little bit, it spools up quicker. That's what the extra pressure gets you. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not an expert when it comes to this stuff. I'm an operator that's semi-educated. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, well, I can get in there a little more, but see, right there's about all the farther I can get with this skid steer. And it's still kind of wet out, so I don't want to get myself stuck. I think what I'll do is I'll come through here with the skid steer, get it all mulched up what I can, and then come through with the excavator, get everything I can't reach, and then whatever brush and stuff is left in the ditch fallen from mulching, I'll throw the bucket on the excavator, use that to get it all cleaned out, and then come through and mulch the down stuff with this. I think that'll be the most efficient thing to do here. Teetering on some stuff here. The ground's extremely uneven. I'm not going to be able to get down in there because it's a weird cut. Let's see what this big boy does. This is a locust tree. Let's disappear it. This is where this machine comes in. It's got the power. Watch this. I don't want that on my machine. Get out of here, sucker. So let's raise this up. Cut it off. What is that, about 6-8 inches around probably? right, I am back. Let's get this mulcher fixed. We're gonna get to it. So all you need is a 3/4 inch socket. This is a tooth I broke. Right here, 36 bucks. Boom. So 36 bucks is not bad for a tooth. Those carbides are a lot more, but they are way more durable and they last a lot longer. Now we don't have the pretty paint on the teeth. Darn it. There is a torque spec on this, and it's a German torque spec called Good and Tight, and then a little bit more. There we go. That'll get her done. Is a wrap. So next I'll come back through here once I throw the bucket on this machine, and I'll grab all of this brush down here in the bottom, throw it up on the bank, come through and mulch it with the skid steer. And let's walk over here for a second. I'll show you guys the finished product on this in the next video. The next video we're going to be doing some driveway grading and drainage stuff behind the house, so I'm gonna finish this up because this video is getting kind of long, but next video I'll show you this. See you here. This is a big old tree. That right there, that is a tree that is down, so I'm just gonna pull that out with the excavator and mulch it up. But that's it for me today, guys. It is Friday and I'm headed home to hang out with the girls. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end of the video. If you got anything out of this video, as always, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.